Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, all praises, honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do well. And as always, peace and salutations to those elect. And the Sisakis pushing truth throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Uriah from the Great Millstone branch, the Gary and the Ending Camp, coming at you another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. And I'm not sure what I'm going to title this lesson, but pretty much it's going to be going over the lines of this charagma, which is pretty much, an idol, that they're going to use to control the people and get them to bow, what we read about in Revelations 13 to 16, because as we see, the plans of the elites, pretty much they are setting up, they're trying to get rid of this current system, government, democracy, and all that, which we know, all this is nothing but a facade, because we know Slakia, who really control, you know, who really control this whole setup, this government and even other governments throughout the earth is, pretty much the elites. But pretty much we see in the system being set in place where technocracy, is going to govern the people, man. Artificial intelligence, which is nothing but a form of an idol, just like in times past, you had the dumb idols that couldn't speak. Now the idol you can interact with, via artificial intelligence, pseudoscience, and our apostles and elders always been going into this. But anyway, let's get that word for technocracy real quick as I got pulled up on this page. It says technocracy, the government or control of a side of society or industry by elite of technical experts. And, you seeing that a lot. You got that guy, Bill Gates. Hey, he was once part of the, the owner, supposedly, of Microsoft, which Micro Software, and now this guy is the expert in what your health. This nigga took off, the techno hat and put on, a doctor's physique. A doctor's wardrobe. Now this guy, advising people. He was one of the main face telling people, to pretty much jab up. You got to wonder why. Because all these devils are in cahoots with Fauci and all these dudes, man. They're nothing but a bunches of witches and warlocks on the left hand. And, Lord willing, later on in the lesson, when I pull out, in the lesson, a lot of, the witches and warlocks, they the ones that benefited off these idols that was set up, man. And a good example of that was, I'm going to get Lord willing, in the book of, the Bear and the Dragon. But anyway, it says an instant of application of technocracy, plural technocracy, an elite technical expert, yada, yada. And it says origins Greek, techne, art, craft, crassy, which I believe that word goes into government, So they're going to govern the people through artificial intelligence, It's right now throughout the four corners of Earth. China pretty much is one of the ones that's spearheading it with the, over there they got the social credit score. I believe for every citizen, they have over 400 cameras or something like that. 40 cameras. I could be over exaggerating, but hey, we seeing this system being set up throughout the four corners of Earth, and even over here in Babylon, man. Get this in Wikipedia. Technocracy is a form of oligarchy government in which decision makers are selected based on their expertise and they're given their responsible with regards to scientific or technical knowledge, which, science, which means knowledge, but that knowledge is pseudoscience. The experts is technical details, yada, yada, yada. term technocracy was initially used to signify the application of scientific methods to solving social problems. In its most extreme form, technocracy is an entire government running as a technical or engineering problem and is mostly hypothetical. In more practice use, technocracy is in any portion of bureaucracy run by technologists, man. And that's what you see, man. What the Biden, brothers, pointed out, what Biden said, I believe a couple of years ago, you know, less politics, more science, and some along those lines, man. You know, and we already seen what this all is going into. Real quick, let's go to Revelations 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And we always bring this out, but just for case people that don't know, that word charagma, man. It's the Greek word of saying it. Charagma, a stamp and a printed mark of a mark stamped on the foreheads or the right hand of the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah, man, anti-Hamashiach. And this whole system is geared towards rebellion against the Heavenly Father, His Son, and the true children of Israel. I mean, the true children, the law, statute, commandments of Israel, man. That's why they working, earnestly to pretty much stop this truth. And they doing it, and using sly methods, propaganda. It says of idolatrous images, man. And real quick, as you can see, that word technocracy goes into what? Art, craft. And we understand that Esau's the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning of the falleth. And just like in the garden, you had what? Cain and their descendants, which they are back on the earth through the Edomite, and what they was known for. It was one particular guy, Tubal Cain. Let's get that real quick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read that verse. Genesis 4 and 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Naamah. But anyways, look up that word for artificer. Metal craftsman. To cut, plow, engrave, devise, to cut, engrave, plow, to devise, to plot evil. To fabricate. So pretty much they was the first, creators of weapons. But anyway, it's another word for artificer, which Lord willing bear with me. I mean, another definition of artificer. This is Isaiah 3 and 3, but
Strong's H2791. Cheresh.
magic, art, magician. Work of artificer, an artifice used in a bad sense of magic. A magician. Oh, let's read it in the lexicon. A magician and enchanter. In magic, a skillful enchanter, man. That's what these devils are, man. Enchanters, and they use what? Witchcraft. And one part of their major source of witchcraft is that damn television, man. It says magic art or perhaps magic drugs, and drugs is a big thing here, especially in Babylon. That where, the pharmacia industry, man, the pharmaceutical industry is a big part of that, man. And they put in this thing, these different, chemicals in the food, which, plays, a major toll, plays a major role. What's the word I'm looking for? Pretty much affects the minds of these people. And that's why you see a lot of people bug the hell out, man, because, this devil, he figured that people are no longer coming to him, through the pharmacal innocent, through the, the issuing of drugs to get, things that they feel like it can help them. They start to wake up to the fact that, there's natural ways that can cure them. So now this devil figure he could just put the shit in the food, man. It says compare Arabic medicinal broth, give it to women in childbed, perhaps magical drugs, magic arts or drugs. And one thing they do when women, they be getting ready to child, yeah, they give them that epidural, which one of those is going to pretty much fucks them up even more, man. Yep, to engrave, to pile, which we brought this out, man. So, man, so ultimately, we understand that a bunch of witches and warlocks, control the society, and they're going to use their idol, which is the charagma, to govern the people, man. Because that's nothing but an idol, man. But the scriptures say what? The Lord has reserved unto 7,000 men that should not bow the knee to Baal, man. Which, hey, the elect men, and and it's going, which the word 7,000, number 7,000 goes to completion. It's going to be a complete amount of people is not going to bow. Starting with the 144,000, the 1/3, those who are out on the earth, they're not going to bow the knee to this devil, man. When it's all said and done, man. But the 2/3, right along with the rest of these heathens that don't have the covering of the blood of the Lamb, they're going to fall, man. And he's going to use his witchcraft and fear tactics to scare him into bowing, man. And what did the Lord said about idols, man? Because I got some precepts I want to touch on. Let's go to Leviticus 26:1, and I pray this, this video makes sense, through the Spirit. Leviticus 26:1. You should make you no idols, nor graven images, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land to bow down onto it, for I am the Lord your God, man. And like I said earlier, man, this whole charagma is nothing but an idol, man. Artificial intelligence, man. Once past, you had the dumb idol that couldn't speak or walk or move. Now people are able to interact with this idol, man. And that's why they got the whole thing called term transhumanism, where they want to merge man with machine, and man can become as gods, man. Which we know, if this devil's able to succeed, which he's not, we know who really going to be the ones considered to be gods. It's going to be the elites. But anyway, and they're going to use this technology to make your life a living hell, to survey, to track, to monitor. Let's go to 1 Samuel 15, because I got these precepts. 15:23. And it reads, for rebellion is the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he have also rejected thee from being a king, man. And, and our people are in a rebellious state, man. This whole setup, even in this whole beast system that's set up, it's caused our people to become rebellious, man. That doest thy will spirit. And these people, man, they've been doing, Esau used the dollar as a means to pretty much, get the people drunk, because people worship that dollar, man. So when they collapse this economy and, the different comforts, and the riches and the things that these people boast themselves in, different material things that you able to get because of through the dollar. Hey, so when it's all said and done, these people are they're gonna fold to get those comforts back. And a good example of that was doing the plenty, Crown Royale 19, man. And what they did, man, they scared people into saying if you don't take this, you're gonna lose your job. People financial comfort. So how much more when this actual system collapsed, man? When people don't have access to their bank accounts. You know, when you get say if you're a dude that have a couple thousands in your account, let's say 50,000 or more, which that ain't shit, but but the point I'm trying to make is imagine you lose all that because you got even these, Jake, because we all damn poor to be honest, man. Even you Jakes that got a couple millions in your account. In reality, man, compared to what the elites have, you niggas are poor, man. You may be well off better than the average Jake, but even, a lot of you niggas are struggling, because the crazy part about it, order for you to even get those type of riches or even a little bit what Esau had, crumbs that he giving you niggas, you have to sell out, man. But anyway, man, the point I'm trying to make is what these people gonna do when they not gonna have access to him, and Esau's he purposely gonna do this so he can bring forth the solution. And the solution is gonna be what? This charagma, you know. And what did that guy Nuval, that clown, that witch on the left hand, what did he say, man? He said we don't need, the Most High ultimately, which they know that there is a higher power. They know that the Most High exists, but through their pride, they said we don't need him. We can have the clouds, and they're going to use data to track, to trace, and to monetize the people, man. Complete control via through this idol, you know. And which since I quoted it, man, real quick. Let's go to that book of, you know, because these are the only ones that's going to benefit off this system being set up, which is going to be what? The elites, which are nothing but a bunch of witches and warlocks, man. Just like in the time of Bill and the Dragon, in a sense, who benefited off those dainties or those different things that people brought to the altar. It was the priests and their family, man. I wonder why it's not. Come on, man. And you ain't gonna read the whole thing, but you can get the count. Pretty much, Daniel was telling of the king of Persia at the time. Pretty much, you can read this account. He was telling, pretty much he was telling, asking Daniel why he didn't pretty much bow to Baal, and he's saying, pretty much, Daniel explained to him, man, that's an idol, man. Like, how does it be out? Look at all the food he pretty much eat up, man. You can read this story for your own. But Daniel's like, no, man, that ain't the case. He ain't eating that. And that's why, the Lord put the spirit upon him to do what he did. Pretty much he took the ashes, I believe from the incense and dusted on the floor and then closed the door to make sure nobody went in or came out. And these damn devils, these wicked, priests pretty much had a privy door, that they could come in with their families and consume all the things that was set before this idol, man. So let's read this. It's Baal and the Dragon 1 and 11. So Baal priests. Hold on. I'm gonna read, man, from the top. Baal and the Dragon 1 and 1. The king Astagakes, if I'm saying that correctly, Salaki if I mispronounced that, was gathered to his fathers, and Cyrus of Persia received his kingdom, and Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends. Now the Babylonians or the Babylonians had an idol called Baal, and we are we not in Babylon the Great, but anyway, and there were spent upon them every day 12 great measures of fine flour, and 40 sheep, and 6 vessels of wine, and the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own power, and the king said unto him, why does not thou worship Baal? Who answered and said, because I may not worship idols made with hands. And it's charagma, a good example. It's a charagma. This is an idol made by hands, made by men. Although you can interact with it, ultimately it's still a dumb idol. But the living God who have created the heavens and the earth have sovereignty over all flesh. Then said the king unto him, Thinkest thou not that Baal is a living God? Seeing that thou hast not, seeing thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within and brass without, and did never eat or drink anything. And that's all and just like in times past, these different idols that they try to during the time of Nebuchadnezzar, you had men that did not bow, man. You know, same in these times, man. All these things that we see, these different idols, they got set up here because Babylon the Great is known as what? The mother of harlots, man. It's like it real quick. You know, Same thing going now, man. There's nothing new in the sun. Hey, one good example of that, you got, in the Catholic Church, they may have a statue of Mother Mary or just Jesus, and you see those damn simple Northern Kingdom putting all kinds of candles around it, food and shit at times, Nothing new in the sun, man. But anyway, it says, verse 8, so the king was wroth, and he called for his priests and said unto him, if ye tell me not who this is that devoured these expenses, ye shall die. But if you can certify me that Baal devoured them, then Daniel shall die. For he spoke of blasphemy against Baal. And Daniel said unto the king, let it be according to thy word. Now the priests of Baal was 70, besides their wives and children. And the king went with Daniel into the temple of Baal. So Baal's priest said, lo, we will go out. But thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready the wine and shut the door fast and seal it with thy own signet. And tomorrow when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Baal hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel that speaketh falsely against us. And they little regarded it, for under the table they made a privy entrance, whereby they enter continuing to consume those things, because it was the priests that benefited off the things that was offered unto this idol, man. Just like in a sense, it's going to be the elites, which are nothing but witches and warlocks, the priests on the left hand that help govern the society. They're going to be the ones that benefit off this idol that's going to be set up via, artificial intelligence, the charagma, man. Whereas the people going to suffer, man, and you're going to have to pay what? Tribute to these idols? You're going to heavily people. You say anything against, the particular people, man, you're going to be penalized for that. And a good example of that was doing Demolition Man. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But verse 14, so when they were going forth, the king set meals before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes and those that strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. And then they went out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's sentence, so they depart. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink and all. And in the morning betime the king arose, and Daniel with them. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, yea, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he has opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, great art thou, O Baal, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel and hailed the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold, now the pavement are marked well with those footsteps are these. And the king said, I see footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry, man, and took the priests with their wives and children, who showed him the privy door where they came in and consumed such as was upon the table. But the point was, the point I was trying to make is, it was the priests and their families that, the children that benefit off this idol, man. And the same thing is, happening now, man, in a sense, man. These different witches and warlocks, man, they the ones that benefit off this, these idol, artificial intelligence, where they can use to track the trace, And what did the Lord mean? There's nothing but, you know, what it said for the devising of idol. Yeah, it's another one, but just bear with me. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. For the devising of idol was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life, man. You know, for neither were there from the beginning, neither shall they be forever, man. So a idol worship is and it was the beginning of spiritual fornication, man. And what the scripture say, the Lord is a jealous power, and our people, man, being amongst these heathens, had gotten into these different wicked pagan acts and start worshiping these different gods, man. And we worship these gods, our people what start to become what abominable as they get to perform, abominable acts, man. You know, it said, "For by vainglory of men they enter into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end, man." And by vainglory, man, are we not in Babylon the Great? You know what it says in the book of Genesis, referring to Nimrod, and I mean, let come and let us make a name for ourselves. Which elders been going into, particularly Elder Yasharon was talking about pretty much this is a technological Babylon that they're setting up, man. In a sense, man, where they're trying to make people one, under this banner, and people are going to be governed via what? Artificial intelligence, man. Let's jump down to mm, Maria Abrams, jump down to 18. Also, the singular diligence of an artificer did help to set forth the ignorance of more superstition, for he peradventure, willing to please one in authority, forced all his skills to make the resemblance with best fashion, and so the multitude, allured by the grace of the work, took him now for a god, which a little before was not, but was which a little before was but honored, and this was the occasion to deceive the world, for men serving either calamities or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommutable names, man. And I was seeing, tyranny flourishing, man. As this devil finna come down with draconian, with this draconian laws, you know, draconianism. It said, moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they live in great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. For while they slew their children in sacrifice and used secret ceremonies or made reveling in strange rites, what you seeing it right now, man, that's going on, behind closed doors. Planned Parenthood is a big example of that, man. A lot of these witches and warlocks, these entertainers and athletes, they have to do wicked ceremonies and shit to order to get a position of status. Attend these wicked rituals. To worship these different gods, man. I was watching a video. One of the Red Shield people, he had a temple dedicated to Apollo, I believe, the god Apollo, or what I forget, on his damn, a whole big ass temple on his land, man. Showing that these people that, these rich, elite banking families, these people are nothing but a bunch of sick, perverted, demonic demons, man, that worship Satan, man. As the scriptures say, what? The Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Verse 24 says, they kept neither their lives nor marriages any longer defiled, but slew another traitorously and grieved him by adultery. And we seeing that spirit being pushed, adultery. And a big major part of that is what? The music, entertainment. Which these things was created for man, but on the left hand, Esau uses these things to get man to err. To govern the people's mind towards wickedness, man. To steer them on the wrong path. It says, verse 25, so that they reign in all men without deception, blood, manslaughter, death, simulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumult, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turn, defiling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages, adultery, shameless uncleanness, for the worship of idols not to be named is the beginning, the end. It's the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil, man. So this is the beginning and the end of all evil. And the Lord's going to destroy this place, man. As the man is saying, Esau is going to be the last ruling nation, Gentile nation to rule before the second coming of the Lord, man. As it says in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, man. And this is not going to work, man. This whole NWO system that you got planned on set up, it's not going to work. Because what did the Lord say in quick? Because it's foolish. And just like the Lord did to the Tower of Babel, what he did in those times, he confounded them, man. He's going to do the same thing to this place, man. But on a greater level, man. He's going to confound you devils, man. Job 20 and 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And I believe that word wicked goes into laborers. We're just looking for, laborers, sufferers, wretched ones. As people start to realize the quote-unquote American dream is nothing much more than a farce. It's a nightmare, man. The cost of living is going up. The cost of food is going up. People are being overtaxed. And people are coming up against them, man. A lot of people are waking up to the fact of what's going on, man. Although you still got a lot of people asleep, but a lot of people are waking up, man. But anyway, verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fear of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating, man. And so, the Lord's going to rain upon him, man. He's going to be in straits, man. This devil is not for the get ready to whistle into the sunset with the earth and the people. But the earth was created for what? The righteous sake. Not for you damn devils, man. You think you for the offset prophecy, man. You think your technology and all your witchcraft is going to be able to stop the Lord, man. It's not going to work, man. Just like in Egypt, man, those witches and warlocks, man, they didn't have answers to what the Lord, was doing through Moses and those different miracles. And what happened, man? The Lord eventually destroyed Pharaoh, his army, and those damn witches and warlocks, man, at that time, man. So how much more to this modern day Pharaoh, Esau? What did the Lord say in Isaiah 47? Because now this devil's being called out, man. Now it's all kinds of matter of propaganda being pushed constantly before the face of the people. To pretty much distract you, to keep you away from what's really going on, man. Straight to the point, Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thy enchantment and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so thou mayest prevail. You're not going to be able to prevail, man. Your witchcraft, your pseudoscience, none of these things are going to stop you from the Lord taking your ass out of power, man. It's not going to help, man. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsel. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So the Lord said, let them come to deliver you, man. All your witchcraft is no longer working no more, man. Although you still got a group of people that still believe in the nonsense that you pushing and shoving down their throat. But a lot of people are starting to wake up and come to hip to the fact that all this shit is nothing but lies, man. That's just good to say what? The man of sin is being revealed. Let's get that real quick. Straight to the point. We'll start at 6, 2 and 6, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 6, and now you know over holding that he might be revealed in this time. For the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who will now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And at the time of Paul, who's in rulership? The Romans. And we already know, America, Babylon is also, referred to in spirit as Rome. The deadly wound that was healed. That image of the beast, man. All the ways of Roman, the ancient Rome, man, is back here on earth. Now it has a technological power now behind it, man. What were they, the different science, the different, the wisdom that came from, Rome that helped, they used to govern the people, the different gods, when it come to medicine and science. And the same thing is back on, in these times, but on a greater scale, man. As this devil has what? This technology, man. And when you look at it in a lot of these, I think the elders going into, a lot of terminology, medical terms, go back to Latin, man. Which that was the language in which the Romans spoke, man. A lot of things that you see, symbols and signs, man. A lot of these things go back to ancient Rome and these different ancient empires, man. And that's why the Lord called us what? The place, the mother of harlots. The practice of medicine and even the school system, the democracy, everything that's set up, man, goes back to ancient Rome, man, in a sense, man. Which they got which they get their gods from ancient Egypt, Samaria, Babylon, showing there's nothing new under the sun, man. It says, verse 20, verse 8, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan, with all powers and signs and lying wonders, man. His technology, his weaponry, his all his is done different wicked adventures. Although you had a lot of Jake that helped prevent some of those things, but Esau, pretty much, through gangster his shit, gangster the way and stole, through the patent industry, patent office, which claimed, these different inventions that Jake, invented, and some of these other nations, and then claimed it for himself, man. Verse 10, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And our people are deceived, man. The world, a lot of people are still deceived. Not just our people, but just people in general, man. For this cause, the Most High shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, and that they all might be damned. Believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness, man. So a lot of people are gonna fold, man. Especially when they goodies are taken away, man. Because I'm going to jump up to verse 4, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. It's like I should start at 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And that's what he's trying to do via that charagma. He's wanting to put that device into your temple and remake man into his image, man. That's why, he gave people all these cell phone, all these different technology to track and to trace, man, to gather data upon you people, man. And he presented it in a way in the form of what? Peace and safety, man. We here to help the society, all these different cameras. Oh, this can help protect against crime, but also he used all these things as a means to collect data. For instance, I believe Facebook was once, part of the, the C to the I to the is a alphabet group, man. Well, if I could be it could be the F and the last, acronym I, them dudes, man. Pretty much it was pretty much a means to it was a program to help, pretty much survey people, man, to collect data. And what the scripture say in what Ezekiel, 28 and 3. Which all those, we refer this to Esau, man. It says 28:3, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten great riches, has gotten thee riches, and has gotten gold and silver and treasures. By great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus said the Lord God, because thou hast said in thy heart, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, they shall draw their sword against thee. The beauty of thy wisdom, they shall defy thy brightness, man. And hey, this devil, man, is nothing hidden from him, man. You know, nothing, man. And a major part of that, hey, this technology, man. You know, they can use your past and information, because everybody, they can use things against you to get you to fold. As they say, what data is like the new wealth. Complete demons, man. And they want to be like the Most High, because the Lord said, what? His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. This devil want to know your thoughts. He want to know what you're thinking, what you about to do. He wants to be the Most High. And he's going to use this damn charagma, this idol, to become that, man. Which he's not going to be able to succeed, because the Lord said he's not, man. Let's get another couple of precepts as I got real quick. Psalms 96. Which one? And 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heaven. Straight to the point, man. These nothing. Hey, it's nothing but an idol, man. And do this nigga pseudoscience. He wants to do everything he can to discredit the fact that there's that the Most High exists. But meanwhile, everything that you even get to even make use for your technology, or to make different things that come in these cell phones, different metals, or what's the word I'm looking for? Pretty much different metals and material that you use to to make these different devices and things, man. Hey, what you think he get these things from? Like silicone, different precious metals. He get these things from the earth, in which the Lord created, man, through his son Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. It shows the pride of this damn devil, man. The pride of this devil, man. Let's go to Jeremiah, the letter of Jeremiah. Then I'm gonna close out that Revelations 14. So what did the Lord command us when we came into in the spirit, Jeremiah, which the prophets, the men of the Lord you see in the highways. Hey, we're likened unto Jeremiah. As the Lord was sent Jeremiah out to what? To prophesy and to warn the people. In spirit, hey, this letter is written to us in these times, man, as well, man. As we hear in Babylon the Great. Jeremiah 1:4. Now, when you shall see in Babylon gods of silver and gold and of wood borne upon shoulders, which cause the nation to fear, beware therefore that ye in no wise be like to the strangers, neither be ye or of them. And when you see the multitude before them and behind them, worship them. But say ye in your heart, O Lord, we must worship thee. For my angel is with you, and I myself caring for your soul. As for their tongue, it is polished by the worksmen, and themselves are gilded and laid over with silver, yet are they but false and cannot speak. And take and go as if they were for a virgin that loveth to go gay. They make crowns for the heads of their gods. Sometimes also the priests convey from their gods gold and silver bestowed upon themselves. Yea, they will give thereof to the common harlots and deck them as with men with garments, being gods of silver and gods of gold and wood. Yet cannot these gods save themselves from rust and moth, though they be covered with purple and raiment, So pretty much when you read the letter of Jeremiah, man, hey, to the Israelites that was brought over to Babylon, he was pretty much, hey, don't worship these idols, man. These different gods, man. The same thing we say, hey, the prophets are telling our people in spirit, man, not to worship these particular idols. And that main idol is going to be that charagma, man. As you see how people coming out of what? Thanksgiving yesterday. Worship, partaking in that wicked rite, man, which pretty much commemorate the rape, robbery, and murder of Native American tribes, man. Hey, we got what? Christmas coming up, which that goes all the way back to what? Ancient Babylon, man. Hey, the Lord told us not to worship these things, man. Hey, Jeremiah 10, And you can read this, this is a beautiful book to read, man. A beautiful letter. Because it pretty much, there's the Lord warned us not to worship these things, man. Salakia, man. Salakia. Let's go to Revelations 14. I'm going to close out with that. Because this is the song, hey, this is what the prophets are warning the people through this new song we're singing, man. Revelations 14:9. Matter of fact, we start at 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen and is fallen, the great city, because she had made all the nations to drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And this place is crumbling, man. This whole setup, this system, even the infrastructure, man. This place is done, man. You're seeing homeless rates going up. People are becoming, more drugged and freaked out and weirdos. You got a whole city in Pennsylvania, which I believe is close to Philadelphia. It start with a K. I forget the name of it. They pretty much call it the heroin capital, man. People out there just zombified, man. All trink, fentanyl. People just dead, man. This place is done, man. You go to Chicago, got tents every goddamn where downtown here and there. Go to LA, it just look like, downtown LA is just sheltering for the homeless, man. Right along in San Francisco. In many parts, man, in America, man. Here, even here in Gary, man, you look at this damn place. This place is like a damn war zone in certain spots, man. Got fucking whole house just sitting there, decayed, roof caved in. Old ass 1965 Jackson, damn Jackson 5, building was still, fucking roof caved in. Oh, this is a landmark. How about you knock that shit down and build something there? But like the scriptures say, we were at Hill Babylon, but it cannot be healed. This place is over with, man. Verse 9, and the third angel followed him, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead and in his right hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And a smoke of their torment is sent up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image and receive the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shah, man. So hey, man, that's the message we giving out, man. The Lord is using what his prophets, starting with the apostles on down, the true believers, the sincere, to give out the warning, man. Singing that new song in unison, man. The correct doctrine. Let if any man take that charagma, hey, the result of that's going to happen. You're going to die a horrific death, man. And a lot of our people, a lot of the 2/3 going to take it. Those who worship the beast, his image, or receive this mark, man. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I pray this video is edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. I want to say, call Holy Yahweh by Shem Shah by Shem Kakodash. And give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do root well. And as always, peace and salutations to those who elect. And the Sisakas push the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.